Fitness influencers love preaching the idea that all you need to do to love your body is eat in a calorie deficit for long enough. Well, I've done that, lost loads of weight, and still hated my body. So I'm going to tell you why that didn't work for me, what I've done instead that helped me like my body, and how you can break free from this trap that influencers have set for you as well. So you're probably like me. It was incredibly easy to sell me the idea that just eating in a calorie deficit or eating less calories was going to help me like my body. I was overweight from the age of 6. I was 6 years old when I first thought I was fat. Do you know what kind of scars that leaves on a boy or a man? I went through my full childhood hating my body and trying to lose weight. So I was already sold on the idea of eating in a calorie deficit well before I'd even heard that term. But to be fair, I never successfully lost weight until I figured out what a calorie deficit was through YouTube fitness influencers, and using MyFitnessPal. But even though I did manage to lose the weight through eating in a calorie deficit, there was a massive spanner that was thrown in the works. Through finally losing fat, I discovered that I didn't just hate how much fat I had. There's plenty of other things about my body I absolutely hated. I just wasn't aware of them. I didn't realise how much I hated other parts of my body because I was so hyperfixated on how much I hated how much fat I had. I slowly started to uncover, as I lost fat, that I really didn't like the fact I was 5'11", but I have the legs and the arms of a 6'7" basketball player. Like, my reach is absolutely ridiculous. See, if I wasn't a pussy, I would have been some boxer. So when I lost the fat, having really long, skinny arms and legs looked ridiculous. I also felt like no matter how much fat I lost, I was always a bit moody. So I still felt like I had to wear dark clothes. I still felt like I had to put my top out all the time because everything I wore still accentuated my moobs. I even remember one time I managed to successfully lose 2 stone before a holiday, getting to my goal weight and thinking I was going to be looking sexy. And when someone took a picture of me on the beach, I cried. Because I just zoomed into the picture and was like, I've still got fucking moobs. How on earth have I still got fucking moobs? So it took me many painful experiences of successfully losing weight, for avoiding food for ages, doing the whole calorie deficit thing, tracking my food, and then seeing my body and still absolutely hating it, before I realised, okay, something has to change. I have to come at this differently. And this is what I changed. I changed the goal from losing weight to getting strong. I had lifted weights before, but it was always with the intention of supporting fat loss, to aid my calorie deficit, as you will. So every time I was in the gym, I was always eating less calories, wasn't I? So I always felt like a piece of shit. I never really got anywhere. I was on the same weight on the bench press for probably 4 years. This time I was going to make sure that no matter what happened, I was no longer going to be benching 70 kilos every single time I went in the gym. And it worked. And the more and more I started to see improvements, I started to change how I thought about food as well. I noticed the more calories I had, within reason of course, the better my gym sessions would go. It suddenly became quite easy to bench 72.5 instead of 70. And I'll not lie to you, I got a bit hooked. I got addicted. And as a byproduct, sort of took my mind off the whole hating my body thing. I was like, moobs, what are they? Moobs! Have I still got those? And by no means did I end up the leanest in the room, but I did just start to quite like how my body was looking. Like, I'll not lie, I'm not the bodybuilder. I'm not interested in bodybuilding. I don't want to be the biggest in the room. I don't want to be the leanest in the room. I definitely don't want to strip down into my panties and cover myself in fake tan and have a load of people judge me in a room with a crowd. But I did enjoy the fact I didn't have 2 sticks for legs anymore. I did start to like the fact that my arms didn't look like sticks of spaghetti. And I did enjoy the fact I no longer had to stare in a mirror and judge whether I was comfortable enough in the top I was wearing or whether it showed off my moves too much. Let me interrupt you for a second because I know you're like, yeah, that sounds great, Gavin, but there's absolutely no danger I'm going near the free weight section. I'll be sticking to the same 5 machines. Well, I've got a plan designed specifically for you. It's in the description below. It will get you lunging, squatting, doing all the movements you would usually avoid. 10,000 people have downloaded it over the years. I know you don't believe me because I've got 165 subscribers, but I'll have you know I was big on TikTok back in the day, and I'm not new to this. So from going through my own journey where I realised the never-ending pursuit of eating less food and losing weight didn't actually fix how I felt about my body, I started to realise how bad the information on the internet actually is. Or even if it's just the fact algorithms just attack you with fat loss when it knows that's what you're interested in. But I still do think there's a perpetual message that being in a calorie deficit is all you need to do. Like, it's everywhere. It's all I ever see. You just end up on a never-ending diet, just terrified of food, terrified of weight gain, and the guilt. My God, the guilt. If you consume something that's a bit more calorific than usual, the guilt when you think you should have lost weight one week and then your weight goes up. Trust me, it's a miserable existence that never ends. You never get what you want out of it. So to wrap up this video, what I hope you take from it is that if you want to actually like your body, it is not going to come from fat loss, and you're going to get told it over and over and over again, and you're just going to have to ignore that message because it won't go away. And try not get it twisted, right? You are allowed to want to lose weight. You are allowed to pursue losing weight, but just always put lifting above that. Think about being on a never-ending pursuit of getting stronger, and weight loss is like Parmesan. You don't need it that often. It doesn't go with every occasion. You just sprinkle it on every now and then, just like weight loss should be done every now and then for a little while. And when it comes to the gym itself, my God, did I make some mistakes there as well. So I've condensed all the mistakes I made over a long period of time into a short video, so you don't have to spend years figuring this shit out like I had to.